Man, I don't know about you guys, this part of the hemisphere, but I'm getting a little tired of this winter. It is a beautiful morning though. Crispy. Start up the old girl. Minus 27 this morning. Ooh. Didn't like that. Hey everyone, back for segment 5 or 6 for maintenance on the bike. Today I'm going to start with the swing arm, take that off and do the bearings. And then I'm going to tackle the steering head bearings. And I'm interested to see how much grease is left in here, because those of you with these new model bikes know that the vent line from the gas tank vents down in here to the steering stem. I've taken that out, plugged it with butyl tape, and now I run the vent hose down in the frame down here. Plug it with a little bit of foam. It's been working great, and no more leaking grease. So I'm anxious to see what that looks like. And then I'm going to do the wheel bearings, front and rear. I think that's about it. So I'm going to sit down with my coffee, just get done plowing, and get back to work. Okay, so the first thing I did was I just dropped the whole rear chain slider right off the back. Move the chain off around the front of the swing arm, the back side, and I'll just let it dangle. That way I can just pull the swing arm right out without having to worry about disassembling the chain. Not a big deal, but this is much easier. Alright, take this guy off. That's just stupid. And that's what happens when you buy Chinese stuff. That rear shark fin is attached right onto the back of the swing arm. So I guess I'm taking that off. And I did Loctite these back when I first put them on. Oh, just swing around that. Good. Yep, they are. Alright. Alright. Brakey Gonny. Oh good, the bike didn't fall over. Alright, try to do this without knocking the bike over. It's gonna be tight. There she comes. No. Hopefully with any luck, this swing arm pivot bolt will just plunk. Pop right out of there without too much fuss. It's not going to do with my hands, that's for sure. Oh yeah, that's moving pretty good. It's bottomed out. Let's see if I can yank it from the other side. I doubt it. Nope. Yeah, there's not a lot of grease on that. Not a lot. There it goes. I can lift up on the swing arm with one hand and pull the extension out on the other and pop the swing arm out. And that's, you know what? That's got a little bit of grease on it, you guys. A little bit. So, and it's in good shape. That tells me that's good news. Hope the bike doesn't fall over. It shouldn't. All the weight's on the front and the tire's on the ground. And, voila. There we go. And, all right. Swing arm out. Looks like I'm getting the old toothbrush out again. That's just dirty. Dirty! Good time to inspect your front chain guide slider. Oh, she's getting a little weird. Trusty WD out. I don't know, I think I still might be able to take this inside and use it. What do you think? I don't know, we'll see. Spray a little WD on that. Bring you guys over. And yeah, I'm just gonna go in here. I'm gonna give that a little bit of a scrub on the inside, loosens anything up in there. And then I'm gonna blast it with, sorry, I had the camera pointed down to the floor. I'm gonna blast that with some you know, whatchamacallit there, cleaner stuff there, you know, not toothpaste, no. Some brake clean. Oh yeah. Oh, my bike's so happy right now. It's like, thanks, Dan. Thanks for cleaning me. Thanks for doing maintenance. I'm so happy. I will treat you so good. My problem is I haven't crashed hard on a dirt bike, really. Not hard. I mean, I've sprained shoulders twice. They suck because they take like 8 months to get over a sprained shoulder. Does for me anyway. Yeah, a few bumps and bruises, but I mean, I've never really, I guess I've been lucky, probably. I don't know. Probably a little luck happening there too. Might as well go down here and give this a little shibby shay too, eh? Oh yeah. I don't know why I'm filming this. It's kind of boring. I guess I'll edit it out. Get in there. It's like a bad molar. Oh, there we go. Need some floss maybe. That's what I need. That's good. Just gonna give it a little sideways back and forth. Get all that fluid out of there that I just pumped into that. Anything else that might come in, then I'm going to blast it with some air. A little bit of nair come out of that. Sure. I don't know if you guys ever use Scotch-Brite pads on much, but they do come in handy for this very application. Good for surface stuff like this. You may not get it all off, but at least it will clean it up. A couple swirls. Yeah, did a nice job. A little better than what it was. There. Love the air. So I'm just gonna start cleaning up some dirt. Just because, why not, right? And they're gonna get filled again, but at least I'll have access to them if I need. A little bit of cleaning love. This swing arm sitting on, these are Absorball pads. Chicken gets them for us. And yeah, they are great. Might just take that right off and clean inside there too. Might as well, eh? What do you think? Remember I said I might as well clean these out while I'm here? Well, because I said you never know when you might want to take them off. Well, take them off. Voila. I speak a lot of French when I'm out here. Yeah. I think he's still good for another summer. Sure to get this cleaned up and I'll get back to you. See you in about 20 minutes. Almost done. And it's been about half an hour. I'm just, I took the last little piece of plastic off the bottom for the brake line. Figured, you know what, take that off. It gets most of the stuff off. You know, I probably got spray all over my camera lens too, don't I? Hello. Looks pretty good, eh? For some WD-40 and toothbrush and some brake clean. Hosing down. I'll go at it with the air here too and blast out all these. Yeah, and then I'll go at the bearings next. Fun stuff. Might as well, eh? Clean clean all these out. Why not? Cut them off. It's a little hot in here. I probably can shed a layer. It was 0 degrees in here this morning, and it is 19 right now. Good old wood heat. AG, this is a shout out for you. Good old wood heat. And yes, like I said, bud, I still got about, I got about a cord left in the other garage to the house, and I got another 2 cord waiting for next year. So I should be good for this year, buddy. So those of you watching, I'm going to ask, do you have a shop, a garage, a shed, a building, a room, something that you can work in, like I'm fortunate enough to have here? You know, I call this my church almost here. This is where I come, whether I'm working on stuff or not, this is where I come and just relax, think about stuff. Sometimes getting away from the better half, and that's okay. She knows that. Sometimes she wants me to come out here. It happens, right? You guys that are married and your partners and stuff, it happens. But yeah, I'd be curious to know if any of you want to comment. You know, what do you have for a shop or a room or a space or whatever that you can go to and you know, wrench on stuff? And if you don't, and always wanted to, you know, and have just never gotten around to for whatever reason, I'm going to tell you I was the same way for years. And when I moved into this place, my wife and I, about 12, 13 years ago, this garage was here, but it wasn't finished. And I just kept making excuses for, I don't know, 7 or 8 years as to why I wasn't going to finish it. Mostly it was because of the money, right? My last house, I did my garage. It cost a lot of money. And that was 15 years ago that I did that, or longer. So, you know, I worked out here for 7 or 8 winters. Not very much, but as much as I could dare to brave the cold out here with no heat source, no electricity. Well, no, I had electricity, just no heat source. And I finally said, you know what? I'm having my shop. I'm going to have my tools. I'm going to get cabinets to take things off the floor and store them in proper cabinets. And I did that. Like I said, 5 or 6 years ago. I had it done. I didn't do it myself. And just have someone that knows what they're doing. I am not a carpenter. So that's what I did. And it's been great. I just love it out here. And that's what sort of helped spawn on this whole idea with Chicken and I, Steve, about starting to do some bike maintenance for people. And then the idea of the YouTube channel sort of was born from that. And since we have a shop that we can work on together or separately or whatever all year round, everything sort of derived from that. Ooh, that's quite worn down the middle guide, isn't it? I never really noticed that. Yeah, maybe it's time, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna probably go ahead and just order one of these. That's the history behind the shop here. Be interesting to know what you guys have or want to have, or you know, how many of you actually work on your own bikes, and if so, are these videos that I'm doing helpful? You know, we can help people. I mean, I've learned a lot from Steve because he's the mechanic. I've learned a lot over the years myself too, from trial and error, but a lot of you are, I know, have responded back and said that a lot of videos are helping, especially the snowmobile videos. That thing just took right off, so that was cool. So anyway, okay guys, the old flapper's done, waka waka waka, and that was a long shot right there. I'm going to have to edit that out a lot, so let's get started on the bearings. All right, back on the bearing maintenance finally. See if these bushings pop out of here. Oh good. That's always a good sign. Oh yeah. Oh, and there's still some grease on there too. Isn't that fantastic? Oh. Yep. Very carefully, because you don't want to lose these. I have lost them before. That's pretty clean. Still grease on those. That is super duper. I'm really happy with that. Super duper happy. That's good. All right. Love grease. Love it. Love it. Love grease and stuff as much as I love changing transmission fluid. Often. And I do. I change my tranny fluid probably every, I don't know. How do I do it? 200 to 300 kilometers. I change my tranny fluid. Because it's so easy and it's so good for the bike. Oh, look at that. See? So that's what you don't want to do. I was just a little bit too rough in there, and I exited 3. See those right there? Blunk. 3 needle bearings there. So yeah, you just want to be super careful. So I'm gonna try put a little grease on that on my finger and just dab that back into place again. One. Yeah, and then I'm going to try to get these 2 in here. Whoops, slip slide in away. Alright. So, there you go. Just be gentle. A little dab. A little dab. Just work those around. They were already fairly well greased, so this is just a bonus grease. Just give a little slabberoonie on this guy and on the inside as well. Whoop, look at that little piece of dirt right there. We don't want you. Get out of that. Get. All right. Slide him in nice and gentle. Good. Hold on to the bottom. You might want to slide out of there, but the grease is probably going to keep him in. And now, press these guys in. I'm going to put a little dab on this as well. You don't need a whole lot. Ow. Splinter. Yep. That's going to be fun. That'll be in there for about a week. Okay, good. Think I can go from the bottom on this? I don't know. What do you think? Who's betting? Should I flip it over? I'll just go by feel. Right? Just by feel. There. Dink, 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 dink. Yeah. They're always fun. There we go. And push this guy out the other end. Good. Out comes the collar. Oh yeah. Man, that's so good to see. There's nothing on that but grease. A year old, 26 hours, a lot of water, a lot of mud. And man, that just makes me so happy that somebody, somewhere, at some point, took the time to grease these. So that looks really good in there. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing this again. Watch for any needles coming out on your finger. Now, Waterproof grease, you guys. Waterproof grease is your friend. We use Bel-Ray and Maxim, both with equal success. I've used what the camera's sitting on right now actually is Lucas Ultra. Heavy duty grease, but I didn't get the waterproof version, so me no usey. It's a camera holder now. But if you're greasing your stuff enough, it's like oil, you know, everyone's got their different brands of oil they like. I've used all kinds of oils, but as long as you're changing your oil often, really, whoops, don't think it matters a whole lot. I mean, you want the right components of the oil that the manufacturer calls for. Whatever those, I don't remember what the letters are, AJ or JI or whatever, I don't know. As long as your oil has those recommended components in it, then I'm all for whatever oil you want to use. However, I change my oil probably more often than most. I mean, for a trail rider, I change my oil as much as a weekend moto biker would do. But it's so easy, especially on a 2-stroke, 4-stroke as well. And I do it so often, I've gotten really good at it, so it's quick and simple. With oil and grease maintenance, man, oh man, you can keep something lasting a long time. A little in here, a little on there. Okay, down we go. Nice. Get it lined up right. Press those. There we go. Let's go from the bottom this time. What do you think? What do you think? Go by feel again? Oh yeah. Down through the top. I'm not taking those dust seals off, as you guys have noticed, because I don't need to. They are clean and they're in great shape, and I don't want to wreck them. I think that's ready. Crap, I forgot about that. I don't know. What do you think? Too bad I couldn't turn it upside down and use that side of it. I mean, it's good all the way back here. It's just, at the front where it's slapping. I run my chain loose too, so it's wearing that down a lot. I wonder if I have another one. I used to have one, but it may have been off a beta. And I'm gonna say I don't have one any longer. Yeah. No, oh, one more drawer. What's down here? Oh, my bladder. My bladder, empty. Oh, what's that? Oh, no. Let's see, what is that? Chain guard stock. Nope. All right, well, I'm going to call and see if they're still open. Ooh, they're probably closed. All right, I'm going to make an executive decision. A update on the swinger. I've decided to go ahead and order a new chain slider. The one I have slightly worn out, as you see. I'm going to use that as a spare. I ordered a new chain slider. I also ordered, and I had to anyway, the gas filter that goes in and attaches to the pump, but it comes as a whole rebuild kit. So I said, yeah, go ahead. I'll replace the bottom screen on that as well. the filter, and it comes with new clamps and some O-rings and stuff. And I also have what I ordered like 6 months ago, a new throttle housing cover right here, because I broke the tab on that. So that's been in stock. So that'll be about a week or so. But in the meantime, I'm going to set the swing arm apart or aside. It is done, repacked, re-greased. I'm going to set it over with the other suspension parts. Yeah. Start ahead now with some wheel bearings, I think. So set this over here and go to work on that. Alright, on the wheel. So I had the radio on with music going, and I realized that, oh, that's going to be blocked from YouTube, so start over again. So I popped the collars out. They both have grease still in them. There's a little bit of water in there, not too bad. Otherwise clean on the actual collar itself. So if I take my finger down and pull that out, there's still lots of grease in there, but you can see it's just slightly colored a little bit. It's got a little bit of water in there. So it's I did this wheel and my front wheel halfway through the summer, as far as, you know, re-greasing it and packing it, so that's good. Pop these out, and this is the tool I was talking about earlier for this particular application. And you just want to be super careful when you're popping these out of here, because they'll bend quite easily. Just raise the camera up here a little bit so you can see better. So I'm just going to do a little bite at a time, get a good bite in there, and pry up on one, and then take another bite on the other side, which is going to push that side down a little bit, but that's all right. And then do the third side, and that should pop dust seal right out. Yeah, that one's got a little pinch on it there too. That might have been from before. Hard to say. I don't know. So I'll take this out. Still lots of grease in there, as you can see. Everything's in good shape. So my next move is there's a clamp in there. I'm going to pop this clamp out. So I can get these situated right. There we go. Don't let these go flying across the shop floor. That's happened. So now what I'm going to do is take my trusty pick, and I'm going to take this seal off the bearing and just have a look at the bearings inside. Don't probably need to, but I'm going to. It's the way I do things. Get a bite, outer edge, and work my way around. Try not to damage this outer seal. Yeah, easier said than done sometimes. Battery replacement again. So I pried off that outer cover, and that has still got all the factory grease in there. I don't need to pack that at all. Clean that out a little bit. Smear a little of my favorite stuff in there. Ooh, that stuff is nice and tacky. That's when you know you got good grease, when it's tacky. Look at that. Now, I'm going to set this wheel up, hopefully not let it fall on my face. And I'm going to guide some rag through to the other side. And I'm going to take out as much grease as I can. The other side? Yep. Alright, and I'm just going to hold the wheel and just pull this through. Back through here. And then jam the new clip in there. There's only one place that this cert clip can go, and that is on the brake side on this guy. So jam him back down in place. Wear your safety goggles for this application, like I've got mine on right now. Jam him back down in there until you hear it go clickety click. Oh, there's the click. The thing I've come across so far that hasn't been greased was the long bolt that goes side to side on the bottom of the linkage. Remember I looked at that and it was said that wasn't greased? That didn't look like it did. That's why maintenance is so important. You know. Be careful when you're putting these back in because you can tweak them if they're not in even. I probably should be able to just tap this down even though it's raised a little bit. Yep, good. Boom. Give him some joy to the world. Back wheel done. I think I did this wheel this summer too. Fairly good. Oh, is that all I'm getting? Yep. What do you think? Yep, I think it's going to be okay. There. That's good. Yep. Yep. Looks good. Yeah. So, you know, he is moving. Should I even bother? I got him started though. I think we're going to be okay. He's bend so easily. Look at that. Yeah, still looks good, doesn't it? Lots of grease in there and no dirt. And I think this is the first time I've ever taken inspected bearings and not had to repack them, you know? No notchiness in that whatsoever. I'm gonna just smear a little bit in this one because this one seems to have maybe a tad less than the other one. Back on the dust seal. Hear it snap down. I didn't hear it. Did you guys hear it? I think I heard it. I'm ready for water and mud. Chicken actually got me doing this years ago when we first met. He got me because he used to do it. He'd take his wheels off every 2 or 3 rides and clean the bearings. And that was a long time ago, and I'm like, what? That's a lot of work. And he's like, yeah, but I don't replace wheel bearings. So I tried it. The first time I took it off my bike that I had at the time, I think was what did I have? I think it was my 525. My EXC 525. First time I took those off after probably a year, maybe 2. Ooh, they were in bad shape. I don't even know if I ever replaced my wheel bearings in that bike ever again, just from taking them off a couple times a year. Once in the summer and then once in the winter for maintenance. Actually, that's not true. I started taking them like he did, apart every 2 or 3 rides. And cleaning them and re-greasing them. And I don't think I ever replaced wheel bearings on that bike. I had it for 3 years, I think. That was a good bike. And we'll put this over here with the other stuff. Well, yep. Frig. Let's give this another clean in here. All right. Okay, guys, I'm just going to clean it up. I'm going to put the nut back on that, and I'm going to call it a day. Got my fancy homemade doing doing doing, like that's like an Easter thingy holding up my subframe. And then when I come back next time, we'll take the front end off and finally get at those steering head bearings. So thanks for watching. This is a long video. I got a bunch of editing to do, but that's all right. We'll get her done, and see you next time.